Welcome to Economy Undercover. Imagine waking up this morning, pouring your coffee, checking your retirement account like you do every month, and seeing a number that makes your heart stop. $4 trillion. Gone. Vanished overnight. Not from some massive market crash that made headlines. Just quietly liquidated while you were sleeping, while you were working, while you were living your life thinking your money was safe. This isn't a prediction. This isn't fear-mongering. This already happened. And if you're a retiree or planning to retire in the next 10 years, your account was hit. The question isn't whether this affected you. The question is how bad the damage is and what you're going to do about it right now, today, before they come back for round 2. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to Economy Undercover, because this is exactly the kind of information that gets buried by mainstream financial media. They don't want you to know what just happened. So if you want the truth, if you want to protect yourself, subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because what I'm about to walk you through is going to change how you see your retirement savings forever. In the last 6 weeks, $4.2 trillion has been pulled out of retail investment accounts, retirement funds, pension portfolios, and long-term savings vehicles. $4.2 trillion. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire GDP of Germany. And it happened so quietly, so systematically, and that most people haven't even noticed yet. They'll notice when they check their quarterly statements. They'll notice when they try to retire and realize the money they thought they had isn't there anymore. Here's how they did it. Wall Street has spent the last 15 years convincing everyday Americans that the stock market is the only place to build wealth. They told you to put your retirement money in index funds, mutual funds, ETFs. They handed over their life savings to financial advisors, to fund managers, to institutions that promised to grow and protect their money. But what those institutions didn't tell you is that they've been using your money as collateral for their own trades. And when those bets started going bad, they didn't take the loss. They passed it on to you. This is how the game works. When you put money into a mutual fund or an ETF, you think you're buying stocks or bonds. And technically you are, but the fund manager doesn't just sit on those assets. So your $100,000 retirement account isn't just sitting there growing steadily. It's being used to support $3 million worth of trades that you have no idea are happening. And when those trades go south, when the leverage unwinds, your account takes the hit. Over the past 6 weeks, we've seen one of the largest deleveraging events in modern financial history. Major institutions have been forced to unwind billions of dollars in leveraged positions, and they're doing it by liquidating the underlying assets. They're being sold off to cover margin calls, to meet redemption requests from hedge funds and institutional investors, to plug holes in balance sheets that are underwater. It's a death spiral, and retail investors, retirees, everyday Americans, they're the ones getting crushed. Invested conservatively in a target date fund designed for people retiring in 2025. Last month, her account was worth $640,000. She checked it 2 days ago. It's at $483,000. No market crash, no headline news, just gone. When she called her financial advisor, they told her it's normal market volatility. They told her to stay calm, to stay invested, that it'll come back. But it's not coming back. Because this wasn't volatility, this was liquidation. A retired couple in Florida, 71 and 68 years old, living off a pension and their retirement savings. They had $890,000 in a balanced portfolio, mix of stocks and bonds, managed by a major brokerage firm. Their advisor told them the bond market is going through a rough patch. But bonds are supposed to be safe. Bonds are supposed to be the stable part of the portfolio. So what happened? What happened is that the bond market is imploding. And when bond prices fall, the funds holding those bonds lose value. This is what happened in the 1930s during the Great Depression. Banks failed because everyone tried to withdraw their money at the same time. The banks didn't have the cash. They'd lent it all out, and the system collapsed. We have safeguards now that didn't exist then. FDIC insurance, circuit breakers, emergency lending facilities. But those safeguards are designed for normal crises. This isn't normal. This is a complete unwinding of 15 years of monetary madness. And when the unwinding is complete, a lot of people are going to be wiped out. Until every retirement account has been bled dry, until every pension fund has been looted, until the entire middle class has been financially destroyed. This is the end game of a system that was never designed to benefit ordinary people. The people at the top are getting richer. They're buying assets at discounted prices. They're consolidating power. And they're doing it with your money, your retirement, your future. You worked 30, 40, 50 years. You saved. You sacrificed. You did everything you were told to do. With leverage, with derivatives, with financial instruments so complex that you need a PhD to understand them. They're robbing you in broad daylight, and most people don't even realize it's happening. So here's my challenge to you. Check your accounts tonight. And if the answer to any of those questions makes you uncomfortable, do something about it. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for your advisor to tell you it's okay. They're not going to tell you that. They can't. Their job is to keep you invested, to keep your money in the system, no matter what. We're living through one of the largest wealth transfers in human history, and it's happening quietly, systematically, deliberately. The people orchestrating it don't want you to notice. They don't want you to react. They want you passive, trusting, asleep. So wake up. Pay attention. Protect yourself. Not your advisor, not your fund manager, not the government, not Wall Street. You are on your own. If this video opened your eyes, if it made you think differently about your retirement, I need you to do something right now. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you're seeing in your accounts. Tell me if you're taking action. And share this video. Send it to your parents, your grandparents, your friends who are approaching retirement. Because the mainstream media isn't going to tell them this. The financial industry sure as hell isn't going to warn them. It's up to us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications. Because this story is just getting started, and if you want to stay ahead of what's coming, you need to be paying attention.